know about you guys, but soup season, without a doubt, is my favorite season of all. I am so jazzed to be sharing with you guys 2 of my all-time favorite cozy, warming, feel-good soup recipes that you just simply need to have in your life. They're healthy, they're super high in fiber, low calorie, packed with protein, they're easy to make, like you'll be done in 30 minutes for each recipe. I, for one, am super excited to share this first recipe with you, so let's just get into it. Mexican black bean soup. This one is so easy and it's so quick to make that it's got to become a part of your soup rotation, your fall and winter arsenal, okay? It's just all pantry staples, pretty much. Like cans of beans and canned tomatoes, spices. That's like the majority of the ingredients, okay? It's just so good. Rich, spicy, it's got a kick. You're gonna love it. So we've got to prepare the aromatics, okay? We've got an onion and we've got 5 big cloves of garlic. You're gonna dice up your onion, you're gonna mince your garlic, but that's not all. No, it's not. We've got some chipotle peppers in adobo. Yes, we do. These really add like a hefty dose of smokiness into any dish. Like we're gonna dice up or mince up 2 of these chili peppers, okay? Well, with that taken care of, which is literally all of the veggie prep that we'll have to do for this soup, which is like nothing, we can go to the stove now and proceed with the cooking. The rest of it is all just canned stuff. Yeah! Hello and welcome to stove. Okay, so I've just got like a medium-sized pot here. I'm just going to turn it up to like medium high-ish just to get it warming up. I'm gonna be water sauteing, so just a splash of water for me. If you aren't oil-free, you can just do a tablespoon of oil. Things are looking steamy, so in go the aromatics. Give it all a good stir, really get those chipotle peppers kind of well incorporated into the onions and garlic. We're just gonna let that all just kind of saute away for like 2 to 3 minutes, just until they're softened and they smell really nice. While the aromatics do their thing, we're just going to take these couple minutes and rinse out our 2 cans of black beans. I'm using 2 15-ounce cans, which comes out to roughly 4 cups or so of cooked beans. Beauty. Beauty, beauty. Next, we're gonna add in some flavorings, seasonings and stuff. So we've got a 1/4 cup of tomato paste. This is just gonna add a little bit of extra richness, a little bit of tang, a little bit of acidity. And then I've got some other fun stuff here. Allow me to explain. We've got chili powder and cumin, pretty standard black bean soup ingredients, but we've also got some cocoa powder. Yes. Now, in case you're unfamiliar, Mexican cooking often includes cocoa powder in a lot of chilies and like mole and soups because cocoa powder adds just this really subtle savoriness and richness and helps to bring out the spices and the flavors that you've added into your soup, but you don't actually taste the chocolate, which is pretty cool. It just kind of elevates the flavors of all the other things you've added. So don't skip it. We love added depth of flavor. Okay, so we're just gonna basically let the tomato paste with the spices and cocoa powder just kind of brown for like 1 to 2 minutes here in the pot. Gorgeous, darling. So now we're gonna add in our black beans and pretty much everything else, including our 28-ounce can of diced tomatoes, a bay leaf for good luck, and 3 cups of hot water or veggie broth. I like to add a tablespoon or so of my vegetable better than bouillon because it's just easy and I don't have to, buy veggie broth. And you can just kind of stir it in there, get it off the spoon. Then from there, you can just pretty much stir everything. Give the bottom a good scrape to kind of deglaze and get all any stuck on bits from the tomato paste and spices that were cooking a couple minutes ago. Y'all, this smells redonkulous. I'm feeling like a teaspoon of salt should do us, and some pepper. One last quickie stir. Put a lid on her and bring her up to, a gentle boil. And then once it's boiling, we're just gonna turn it down to like medium low, let it simmer away for like 15 minutes. That's it. Just until the broth becomes a little less brothy. It's kind of thickened up. The starches in the beans have started to just kind of make it a thicker, soupy situation. Like so. You can see it's not like, you know, not as brothy. It's still brothy, obviously, but not as brothy, okay? So this is what we like. Then we're gonna turn off the heat, okay? And then what I like to do is I like to take an immersion blender. Yep, I just like to do a few little pulses. It'll thicken up a bit. It'll still be chunky with the tomatoes and the beans, but as the soup cools, as it has been now for about 10 minutes, you can see that it's starting to thicken up. It's started to thicken up quite a lot. And this is the texture that I really like. Oh yes. This recipe, I think, makes about 4 to 6 pretty decent sized bowls of soup here. And it's actually got quite a lot of protein in here. Got about 12 to 18 grams of protein for every bowl, depending on, you know, how much you eat, how hungry you are, how many bowls you have. But ooh, yes. Come to mama. Now, some of my favorite serving suggestions for this Mexican black bean soup is a good like dollop of some plant-based sour cream. I love this stuff from President's Choice. It is thebomb.com. Maybe a little cheeky squeeze of lime juice, yes. Some avocado slices are always a nice touch. This soup itself doesn't have a lot of fat, but it's good to have a little bit of healthy fat in every meal, so don't be shy, add some avocado. And for a little burst of flavor, why not some green onions? She's a beaut. Yes, I'm gonna love you. Get into my belly. You just can't go wrong with this. It just hits the spot. Smoky, zesty, zippy. It's really rich and thick. It's just got like amazing mouthfeel. It's got a kick to it. Those chipotle peppers, they don't mess around. If you're, again, a little sensitive to heat, just stick to one, but I love me a spicy bowl of bean soup. All right, let's move on. But before we do, make sure you're subscribed below and hit that notifications bell while you're at it so you are among the first to get my plant-based goodness when it hits the channel every week. We're gonna make some chickpea noodle soup. Yes, we are. It's basically the totally plant-based version of the Comfort Classic chicken noodle soup. What I like about this one, actually what I love about this one, is that it's super like customizable. This is basically a base recipe I'm gonna show you today, and you can change up the vegetables each time you make this soup. You can use different pasta, different spices. You can swap out the chickpeas for a different kind of bean. It's healthy, it's got a decent amount of protein, tons of fiber, and it's really easy to make, and it's just gosh darn delicious. So let's get into it. So we're gonna start out with our base, our holy trifecta of all soups. We got the onion, the celery, that's a carrot actually, that is celery, onion, carrot, celery. We're gonna just chop all three of those into a small dice. Okay, set it aside. And then we also have some mushrooms. Now, if you're not a mushrooms fan, fear not, you don't have to use mushrooms, but get like 2 cups of another veggie you like. Bell peppers, cauliflower, broccoli, whatever you want. Chop them up. Don't forget about some garlic. I'm gonna use about 5 cloves of garlic here for the flavor. And then my last bit of produce we're gonna add to the soup is some kale. I just have a lot of it to use up, and it's always a good add-in for soup, but you can always add things like cabbage or Swiss chard, collard greens, spinach, any kind of green that you like. And would you just look at all those bold and beautiful vegetables. Talk about a healthy soup. All right, we're back at the stove. So I'm going to get my big giant stock pot, warm it up here, and I'm just gonna add a little splash of water. Clearly things are already a little bit warmed up, I'd say. If you're not oil-free, again, you can always add a tablespoon of oil to the pot instead of water. All right. We're gonna start by sauteing our aromatics, so all of the onion, garlic, celery, and carrot. We're pretty much just gonna let that sweat out for maybe about 4 minutes, just until things soften and smell real nice. And while things are sweating out in the pot, you can go ahead, take this moment to drain your can of chickpeas and give it a good little rinse. All right, we're gonna add in some nice looking spices. We're gonna add in a teaspoon of thyme and paprika, plus half a teaspoon of turmeric for a little bit of color, and a teaspoon of salt. Stir it in. We're gonna let the spices kind of toast and coat the veggies for just a moment. Then go ahead, add in your mushrooms, a couple bay leaves, just for good luck, and 6 cups of water or veggie broth. Alternatively, if you don't want to use veggie stock, you can also add in some vegan chicken broth powder, which I have here. So I'm just going to add in a couple tablespoons. That'll give it more of an authentic kind of chicken noodle soup flavor vibe that we're going for. Cover the pot, bring it to a boil, and once it is, you can go ahead and add in 8 ounces of any of your favorite types of small pasta. Give it a little stir. We're gonna turn the heat back down to about a medium. We're gonna cover the pot again, and then you're just gonna let it live its best life for about 6 to 8 minutes. You just wanna check on the pasta noodles. You want them to be almost al dente. So like you try one, you're like, no, that's not quite done. That's what we want. And then once the noodles are at that texture, now we can go ahead, toss in our kale and our chickpeas. Since the chickpeas are already cooked, we're really just adding them to heat them through at this point. And for the next 3 to 5 minutes, the kale is going to wilt down quite a bit, and the noodles will be done. And then you'll have a nice hearty chickpea noodle soup. Like, hello? Hello? Okay, you guys, I have to be real with you about one thing, okay? I like my soup quite a lot brothier than the current situation. The noodles absorbed more water than I anticipated, but that's okay. We're just gonna add in 2 extra cups of boiling hot water, and that is going to solve all my problems. I will have the updated liquid measurement in the recipe below, so fear not. Yeah, baby, that's what I'm talking about. Obviously, what you're gonna wanna do is taste your broth, make sure it is seasoned to how you like it, and if it is, then yay. And if it's not, just add a little bit more salt or pepper or veggie stock, and you're good. Speaking of black pepper, I don't even think I added any. Oh my God, Janelle, where is your head today? Last and final step, we're gonna add in 1/3 cup of nutritional yeast just for extra flavor, some protein, B vitamins, and just umami, savory deliciousness. Behold, the most gosh darn vibrant looking bowl of chickpea noodle soup I ever did see. The smells like chicken noodle soup. It's probably healthier than chicken noodle soup. No chicken, but we got chickpeas. Fiber and vegetables and protein. That goes down very easy. That is delicious. That is like my childhood wrapped up in a cozy hot bowl of soup. Hitch the spot. Yeah, I definitely think this is the kind of soup that I'm gonna be making like every Sunday going forward for the rest of the season. Thank you very much. Y'all, there is so much more where that came from. If you liked this video, please make sure you subscribe below. Maybe give it a like, hit the notifications bell so you don't miss out on future videos just like this one. I've got so many more amazing, cozy, comforting fall recipes up my sleeves, if you know what I mean. So join the Steamy Vegan fam, and I'll see you in another video real soon. Bye!